it's Catherine from LemmeTryThat, and this is Try Something Tuesday, where we learn about trying something new that we can enjoy on our own, because we just never know if we learn something new about ourselves. So today's Try Something Tuesday is during the coronavirus quarantine time, and while it's definitely a time that is scary for all of us and definitely new territory, I just also wanted to share that this could be a really great time for you to explore some new things to try on your own. So today I've picked a Try Something Tuesday idea that you could try on your own. And it is about trying to watch some documentary films instead of the typical shows that we binge watch, just to maybe kind of give you something new to try, but it's still familiar because you're still on the couch, you know, watching something on TV. So I started falling in love with documentary films maybe in just the past year, and I want to share with you guys 4 films that have really stood out to me, and the way I picked them was, what were the documentary films that I have watched twice or maybe 3 times and still haven't gotten sick of them. So they inspire me. Sometimes they it checks me on my implicit biases or my lack of knowledge about something. All right, so let me go ahead and share with you these 4. You guys can write them down and give them a shot even tonight. Okay, so the first documentary film I want to share with you is called Invisible Vegan. So I've watched Game Changers several times, and I love that one because it convinced me why I should be vegan. And I have been vegan as much as I can since that documentary. But Invisible Vegan made me feel like I'm not weird to be vegan. So the entire documentary is told from the perspective of African Americans who are vegan and the challenges that they have gone up against being in the African American culture, where a lot of the food is meat or animal based, and why they still believe that being vegan is honoring the African American culture. So even though I'm not African American, I felt like I could identify in the sense that I didn't really think that being a minority and being vegan was something that was common, but watching that documentary made me feel like, oh my gosh, everybody can be vegan, everybody should be vegan, and it's not just like for one group of people, it's for everybody. So I loved that documentary. If you want to check that one out, it's on Amazon Prime. All right, so the second film I want to share with you is called She Did That. So She Did That is on Netflix, and it's about all of these Black women entrepreneurs and the challenges that they have gone through, the victories, and what they started a business in and why they did it. It was just so inspiring for me. Obviously, I am now trying to start my own business, and it really started with watching She Did That and realizing, like, okay, as a woman, as a minority, as someone who is really passionate about things, like, I can do it. Look at all these people right now who are doing it. And it's just a very energizing documentary. You can just feel the passion from all of the women in that documentary. They also talked about, some of them were unemployed, and that's what motivated them. So I kind of learned some strategies also of like what motivates people and how do you stay successful and make it with what you want to start for your business. Okay, so the third documentary film I want you to try is called American Factory. If you follow me personally on Instagram, you've heard me rant about it, but it's a film that doesn't tell you a message that you need to believe in, which a lot of films do that. It tells you a story. It tells you from both sides, and it shows you a little bit of like great things and like ugly truths about stuff, which could be uncomfortable. I mean, it was uncomfortable for me, but it was just so great and refreshing to see that. So it's about a Chinese factory company that makes car glass windows, and they have decided to create a factory in America, in Dayton, Ohio, where there's a lot of American citizens who have lost their jobs from years ago when a plant closed. So you see two different cultures coming together, trying to make a company work through cultural differences, language barriers, and seeing, you know, the conflicts that they have, the bonds that they end up having. But you also see some of the things about my Chinese history culture background, where there is some nastiness in how we treat humans. And so it was really hard for me to watch, but at the same time, I want people to see that. I want people to see that like every culture has challenges that impact who we are today. But it's definitely a documentary that really gives you a lot of perspective on how difficult globalization actually is. It's not just this happy, like everybody comes together, shakes hands, hug, and you know, unicorns and rainbows. All right, so the last documentary I want you to try is called Basketball or Nothing. I'm breaking my own rule a little bit when I told you, you know, these are not binge watching ones, they're just a film. Basketball or Nothing, I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes, so it is a little bit of binge watching, but it's a documentary. To me, it's like a really, really, really long documentary story or series. It's about these Native American students living on the reservation at a high school, and they are trying to win the basketball championship for the first time ever. So it kind of appeased my the part of me where I love learning about student stories and kids, and what a school looks like in different cultures, right? But then there's this other part of me that I learned more about basketball because I have a lot of friends who love basketball, and it was just like one unique type of basketball called res ball that they play. So that was cool. But the most amazing part about Basketball or Nothing is learning so much about life on the reservation in modern times right now. It just checked me, because when you think about like life as a Native American, you think a lot about what you learned in school. You don't really see a lot about what is life right now. I mean, like no running water right now, and these kids, you know, how far they walk to get to school. And it made me realize how much is out there about people and cultures that I don't know about, but I should. So those are your 4 documentary films that you can give a shot at home to try. And if you are looking for more fun things to do at home, especially right now if you're watching this during the coronavirus quarantine time, and you're looking for something fun to do for your personal growth, you can also watch the video I dropped last Tuesday, where you create a get to know me chart for yourself. It's really fun, so you can check that video out. And then just come check us out on our website, LemmeTryThat.com. Follow us on Instagram, and I will see you guys Tuesday next week. Bye.